Guyana is heaven for the oil companies and hell for the Guyanese. This is what, Bernard, I want to talk about tonight.
Wonderful.
It's heaven for the oil companies and their country and their people. And it's hell for the Guyanese people. And I did say namaste. Joshua, did I say it to you?
Yes, you did.
All right. I begin with tonight's program by telling you people the largest financial media organization of the world, called Bloomberg, covered a story from one of the top financial experts in the US. This is a man Kaieteur News and Kaieteur Radio has featured many times. He is the man that told Guyana that we have been robbed by ExxonMobil and that we should do something to correct this crime. Guess what? Nothing has done to correct this situation. Bloomberg carried a story by him saying that Guyana give ExxonMobil an unusually sweet deal in which Guyana now has to bank on the ravelings left for us in the deal to live with. You hear what I said there, Josh?
Yes.
This is what was reported to the universe by Bloomberg, and Kaieteur News reprinted it 2 days ago. What do I say here? Giving away your behind and messing through your ribs. That is what the leaders of this country is doing to all of us. Guyana's oil story has been the talk every day on the world stage since we discovered oil in 2015. Just Google it and you will see every news entity talking about Guyana daily. The only media house in Guyana that speaks about this oil every day is right on the Kaieteur Radio and in the Kaieteur News. I have made this into a national priority and a personal mantra to ensure that the wealth of this country meets the rightful owners, which is me and you, Uncle.
Definitely.
Auntie, when you have international experts talking about Guyana giving away its wealth, its present and its future, and the ravelings are left for us. Excuse me. No, you guys can't do that. And the ravelings are left for us, the Guyanese people. I have more than a problem with this. And all of you should too. And don't tell me y'all don't know what is ravelings. That term, ravelings, come from the tailor or the seamstress.
Yep.
When they're sewing a dress or a pants, and they cut out the meat of the cloth, and the end pieces will fall on the floor, is what is called ravelings. That is what the experts telling us, me and you, getting out of our oil today from ExxonMobil and the others. These people have been warning us since we find oil to slow down the pace, take our time to learn, find the right people, get to understand the business, correct the loopholes, put Guyana in a place where we dictate how and when things must be done. I don't think anybody have to go to school to understand what I just said there, man. But look what Bharat Jagdeo, Abri Norton, President Ali, and Ramjatan doing to this country. They're on a fast-track train, emptying our oil basin, getting nothing. Auntie, 7 years now, we find oil, and we haven't put one system in place to check and verify the oil costs in which 3/4 of the apple getting swallowed down by the oil companies, and our leaders just doesn't want to do anything to fix that. Now in December, instead of Bharat Jagdev and the opposition hold back the 5th project so that we can ring Exxon bees, he's running full speed ahead to approve it with the same unusually sweet deal that Bloomberg and the experts talked about. We are in the month of December, Uncle. ExxonMobil, their partners and their people will have a holiday season that their children and grandchildren will remember for a long time to come. Some of their children may very well be named after Guyana. Yes, trust me, they will be named after Guyana with the kind of Christmas they will be celebrating on a daily basis. They don't have to wait for year end. What will be your Christmas and New Year's? Yes, more ravelings. I see some of you through the radio sucking at your teeth at me. Sorry, guys. Y'all looking at the wrong man. Are you going to suck at your teeth at Ramjatan, Ali, Nartan, and Jagdeo? Yes, not Glenn Lall. Not me, guys. Bharat Jagdeo know this whole country could have swing around and be so much better off before he approved that 3rd project. He knew that every citizen's salary could have been tripled by now had he done the right thing when he approved the 4th project. But he left us to continue to swallow the ravelings that ExxonMobil dropping on the floor for us. Now he's going to approve the 5th project with more ravelings for y'all. The information on this oil sector, Uncle and Auntie, is so much that it's hard to cope with. You know, if the Kaieteur News should add CNN, BBC, MSNBC, Fox News, you name Al Jazeera, you name the international newscasts out there, TRT World, man, we cannot on a daily basis report accurately as to what is going on in this country with our oil wealth. We cannot. Kaieteur News is barely trying to scramble 1-2 story for bring out, for let you guys know what's happening. I can't, if I am to use 96 hours that the day produce to give you what we report in the 1-1 story alone in Kaieteur News, I can't. It wouldn't have enough hours. That same 5th project, Jagdev has not approved it. Has not approved. It has not approved as yet. But ExxonMobil already gave out $1 billion contract to build the FPSO 3 months ago. Today, we carried another story in the Kaieteur News. Exxon gave out another contract to a French company to supply pipelines for the same 5th project. This country is we own, man?
Nope.
That oil out there is ours?
Not at all.
Jagdev and Norton them in charge of anything? Or they're just turning a blind eye as to what Exxon is doing? Guyana did not approve this 5th project. And can you believe these people giving out $1 billion contracts to people for this project, man? Huh? You see what this leader is doing to y'all behind your back? That can never happen without the secret approval or the go ahead from the leaders that be, Mr. Jagdev, who's running the sector. It can only happen that way. How can a man order a combine, a tractor and a trailer on the paddy in the family rice field and he didn't get the okay or go ahead from your parents? And the paddy he cut will have to pay for all those things. How can that happen, man? Can somebody explain this thing to me? Something sneaky going on there with your mommy and daddy, not true, man?
Yes. Definitely.
That they're not telling the children what's going on. Somebody is being paid while the children are being played. What do you say, Bernard?
Definitely. 100%.
Exxon ordered the fifth oil ship that none of us know the cost. But whatever the bill they throw at us, our oil will pay for it. And you got a beautiful country, eh? Tomorrow we are carrying a story most sickening than this. Maybe I'll have to talk about it. What's going on in Ghana. Maybe I'll talk about it Monday. Man, this is insanity going on in this country. You want to hear this? Today, ExxonMobil announced that they give out another contract to a French company to supply pipelines without the approval. And guess what? We don't know how much that contract costs, but our oil will pay. You gotta love this country called Guyana, eh? And these politicians we have here. I'm sorry for this country. But this is all I can do, guys. Share the information with you. Spread it out on the table and left you to take it from there. Your Christmas is in the making with ravelings, while the oil people having dumplings and stuffings off your oil. Yes, the politicians are being paid while you are being played. And what are you hearing from Jagdev? Oh, he approving more projects so we can get more ravelings. That's his theory. Approving more projects so that we can get more ravelings. That's his theory, man. You can't keep the oil in the ground. It's going to spoil. It ain't doing nothing for we. It's better we get 2% rather than nothing at all. That is the reasoning of these wise, super intelligent politicians we have in Guyana. Yes, that's Jagdev them theory of this oil. The dumbest thing you could think about these people comes up with. And guess what? They throw it out there to the Guyanese populace. And Guyanese believe them. Barnum had told the white man way back in the 60s when oil was first discovery on land. 60 for Guyana and 40 for them. Today, these guys settle for 2% and giving away 98%. Barnum must be turning in the grave now, man. Huh? And Jagan. Yes, Barnum and Jagan. Even Desmond Hoyt must be turning in the grave. I believe David Granger turning in the bed because he ain't dead yet with what going on in here. You get Rob and Lisa 1 and 2, in which you all get 2%, when you should have been getting no less than 25% royalty. How sweet this oil is. Them oil companies sell out their shares in other companies all over the world to run come here because this deal what they get in Lisa 1 and 2, so sweet. Oh my, oh. Oh. By the third project, we ain't gonna learn something, man. Eh? Nobody can be that stupid. Bara Jagdev himself said in Parliament, Bernard, he himself said in Parliament how the coalition sell out we bought right with that contract. And Lisa 1 and 2 approval. Then why he approved the third and fourth projects? With the same conditions. Can somebody answer me? Why he didn't change or correct it? I see you sucking your teeth on me again. It's not me approved the third and fourth project, Uncle and Auntie. It's Bara Jagdev did that. Is he here to suck your teeth on, not Glenn Lall? I seen her here through the radio. Oil experts from all over the world, along with reputable financial organizations, have all spoken out about this unusually sweet deal what me is called wholesale robbery. All those stories would have been featured, Uncle and Auntie, prominently in the daily Kaieteur news long before Bara Jagdev approved the third project, and he still went ahead and approved it. Getting the same ravelings what Trotman and the coalition get from Lisa 1 and 2. Somebody getting paid while you are being played. Imagine, you can buy bread, tennis rolls, or chow mein, tomato, or a little time to get a meal. And Bara Jagdev signing off on these unusually sweet deals. It's not Glenn say unusually sweet deals. It's Bloomberg reported that, Uncle, 2 days ago. And I am just rehashing their words. Why is sweet for ExxonMobil is bitter for we, Uncle. We, the Guyanese people. Now, Uncle, isn't that the worst national betrayal by a leader? Isn't this equivalent to financial treason being committed against the people of this country, man?
Yes.
You tell me if it's not. If it's not, then what is, Uncle? Financial treason is a rank sellout of your country, betray of your country. This leader knew in advance. This leader was warned by the world and Kaieteur News that crimes are being committed against this nation by ExxonMobil and its partners with the fullest cooperation of some of our leaders in this land. Despite the warnings of the world, Kaieteur News and the many other stakeholders, Bara Jagdev went ahead and betrayed Guyana again with the approval of the fourth, the third and the fourth. Another instance of financial treason against all of us. Come on, guys. What are we waiting for? How much more betrayals we can survive in this country, man? Like I said, the fifth project is coming up for approval now. Let's wait, watch and see if the same betrayal and what amounts to financial treason of a country will continue. Let's wait and see. Sir, thank you for coming. I miss you. You got to come more often into the studio, man, and listen to it yourself. You guys really understand, Uncle, what's playing out in this land? If these people can empty the Stabroek block with all that oil tomorrow morning without us knowing, they would have. They're moving like crochet ants in the night. So by the time you all wake in the morning, it's all gone. That's how fast they're moving. With our politicians aiding and abetting them in this land. if the ship makers could have built and delivered those FPSO ships tomorrow, man, the Atlantic Ocean out there would be looking like New York City with lights. That's the speed they're going with. And dropping ravelings at us. Brothers and sisters of this country, we are in the month of December. Every citizen of this world celebrating Christmas for Guyanese. And many of you can't go in the market to buy the ingredients to make a cake for your children, or go in any one of them Chinese store to buy a cheap toy for your kids for Christmas. We are hailed and honored as the richest country and the richest people on earth today. Yet plenty of we can't buy $100 pullover. Nah, man. This is not real. This is not even a nightmare or a horror show. This is beyond that. You tell me, guys, if your brother take the assets what your parents left and do with it what the PPP and the PNC did to our oil, would you not consider him to be the worst sellout and betrayer to the family? Huh? Bernard?
Definitely.
Isn't that an unforgivable act or financial treason done to the family? Especially when all your children in the family hungry and barely making ends meet when the day come, man? That's how simple I can make this thing for you people to understand. To understand what Bharat Jagdeo, President Ali, along with Ramjatan and Norton is doing to all of us. This madness, betrayal and sellout have to stop, buddy. And we have to stop it quickly before it gets too late or gets out of hand. As I drive down the road coming to work this morning, I am beginning to smell the same air I breathed when I was in Africa a few months ago.
Wow.
That sickly smell of extreme poverty. This is more than a warning to all of you, man. Please don't let us go down the drain like Africa. 1.4 billion Africans, and 3/4 of them don't have clean drinking water or a light bulb, toilets to mess. And they're barely getting a meal when the day comes. We are rated presently as the fastest growing economy on earth and the richest country per person. And look at the water y'all drinking. You want me to talk about the blackouts? Oh, no. They are being paid while you are being played. Yesterday, uncle, yesterday, auntie, we reported one of the sweetest stories for the whole year, in which one of ExxonMobil partner out there, a man named John Hess, the head of CEO Corporation. This is the only company out there that meets the press or talk the real story about Guyana and its oil. Yes, he does talk every couple months. He has to update his shareholders as to what to expect out of their investments. This is how the Kaieteur news gets to know a little of what's going on in our country with our own God-blessed wealth, our oil. 2 weeks ago, he was telling his shareholders and the entire world how they must brace themselves You hear this man? This man telling his shareholders and the world how they must brace themselves for monies like sand in Guyana. He told the world to brace themselves for more exciting figures to be announced very soon. The man told them the 11 billion proven reserves Guyana discovered so far is joke compared to what? Coming. Is joke to what is coming. I want to give you guys word for word what this man said at the oil conference in the States 2 weeks ago about Guyana, uncle. He told the audience they have made 9 more significant discoveries in this year alone that is still to be appraised to give us the figure. You hear me, brother? You hear that, Bernard? Hmm? Yes, to give us the number of barrels of oil inside each one of the 9 significant discoveries. He told the listeners, yes, and his shareholders that the exploration rate in Guyana is a fantastic success in the Stabroek Block. How you like that? Hmm? Mr. John Hess, spell out the names of the wells, Bernard. You hear me? The man spell out the names of the wells. They made these fantastic and significant discoveries in which none of us, including Lall, never knew about. You hear that? Me never hear about the names them. We leaders never tell us, uncle. You will hear just now what you're hearing from our leaders after I give you the 9 names of the wells John Hess give his shareholders and the world. They are 1. Fangtooth 1. Lall 1. Barilal I 1. Patwa 1. Lukanani 1. Sibab 1. Kiru 1. Sailfin 1. And Yarrow 1. Those are the 9 fantastic wells. John Hess says they will give us the figures of the barrels after they done appraise them. Yeah, gosh, man. Wow. Bernard, I think I'm going to join a plane and go away when this man announced this figure very soon of the 9 wells. These 9 wells, what they find. We don't even know the name. I don't think we leaders know the name, them answer now.
Billions about it.
Know the names of the wells that they find, that they made these fantastic discoveries of. You know, what them know? You want to hear what them know? You hear how everybody boasting about Guyana? Hear what Ali boasting about. Just play Mr. Ali for me. Let me refresh their memories.
The story about Guyana is not oil and gas. We are a country that is rich in history. We are a country that will be, and mark my words, will be a leader in food security and agriculture. And importantly, we will be among the best ecotourism destination you can find.
The story about Guyana is not about oil. That was President Ali talking to an Al Jazeera reporter who came to Guyana and interviewed him. He told the man that the story is not about oil. How you like that, man? The world talking about Guyana oil, and our president saying that the story in Guyana is not about oil. It's about bora, baji, rice, sugar, and tomato, birds and wild animals.
Who was Al Jazeera?
Man, you help me now, man.
I can't.
John Hess John Hess, uncle and auntie. ExxonMobil, 30% partner. Them own 30% out there. Bragging to the world 2 weeks ago. Uncle, I am going to read to you what he said word for word. Listen to it carefully. What sets out as part from competitors is that we have a growing piece of real estate in Guyana. One that is the best the industry has seen this decade. We have seen fantastic exploratory results there, and there is potential for doubling those finds. The partners are working, and the man went on to say, the partners are working aggressively to develop this world-class resource. You hear that? And our president, Ali, is talking about Bura and Baji, birds and wild animals in this country. While that man is dribbling over we oil wealth. Yes, the man was actually dribbling over we oil wealth. Father above, you need to come out the sky and don't land nowhere else but Guyana. This whole country and Lall needs you now more than ever to help us. ExxonMobil, 30% partner, went on to say, uncle and auntie, our resource has been growing in Guyana. In fact, it moved from 1 billion barrels of oil equivalent to 11 billion. The nine fantastic discoveries this year are not in that resource base estimates. You hear me? So there will be a major upgrade to that number. His exact words again, brother. That's not me saying this. This is what these people telling the world. And my reporter, Kiana, look at it, and now we are getting what he said. This man is talking about major figures to be announced. This man is talking to his shareholders and the world every 3 months. And we, president, who never hold a press conference yet since he took office to talk to this nation about our massive oil find, telling a Bartica resident, how much time y'all want me talk about oil? Oh man, oh. Believe me, somebody is being paid while you guys are being played. Wake up, man, wake up. Please come off that rocking chair y'all upon. And don't let this country, like I said, become Africa or Asia. Please. Watching the news this morning. Joshua, thank you for bringing this tea, man. Thank you. I need it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Watching the news this morning, the South African president told the nation how the 580,000 US found snatched in his sofa at his farmhouse was money where he sell goats and cow.
The show still wasn't there?
It is online, uncle. Just check it for yourself. The president before this one, he was forced to leave office because they find over 4 million US cash in his house too. And he can't give account of it on to now. Like I said, I am smelling the air I breathe in South Africa right here. Matter of fact, I am beginning to smell the entire Africa in the air I breathe presently in this office. I don't know if it's blowing from Ghana into this office. Full of corruption, greed, and sellouts. Oh man, Bernard, Danny, thank you for visiting me tonight. How much more can I say, Danny? Huh? Or how much more can I do to move the people off the chair and the bed them sitting and sleeping on, man? Could you help me? I don't know. The man said, John Hess, ex-hand partner, if they're going to grow future cash flow, then they need to grow their resource. And Guyana is the prime piece of oil, real estate. In keeping with their drive to grow future cash flow for their shareholders. Man, let me tell you back the what thing man said, man. If the man said if they are going to grow future cash flow, then they need to grow their resource. And Guyana is the most prime piece of oil real estate in keeping with their drive to grow future cash flow for their shareholders. My God. I know you're alive, God. I know you have been one. You have been the one guiding every word that proceeded out of my mouth on a daily basis. Thank you. Thank you, Father. These people are boasting about growing Guyana prime oil basin for cash flow for themselves, their country and their shareholders. While Barajak Dewan President Ali saying, we got to live. We got to live within our means for quite a while into the future. Joshua,
Yes.
you have the tape?
Yes, I do.
Remind them again what he said, man. People boasting. And hear what this man telling us.
We do coordinate. No, I missed the second part.
Sort of the general, the foreign policy of Guyana in the new era of sort of being a wealthier country.
Wealthy, well, we don't see ourselves as wealthy as yet. The oil revenue at the magnitude that would see major flows to Guyana, it's not coming for the next few years. We still have to $300-400 million a year now. It's not a lot of money, and many people think, oh, the wealth will come tomorrow or it's here today, and suddenly we have to start splurging. We have to live within our means for quite a while into the future.
The ravelings. We getting 300-400 million a year right now. And we have to live with that quite a while, quite a while into the future. You know, each other project he approved is the ravelings, is the $300-400 million per year we will get. And that is what he called at the end of it when he said, we will see money down the road. When you add up them ravelings, he called that money. That's his theory. That's his way of doing business with Guyana's $1 trillion oil sector the world is talking about. I pinch myself daily. And that is the honest truth. To see if I am alive or if this is all a dream, only to find out it's real. I am here talking to you and I am not sleeping. You know that, Danny? Yes, I do that.
I hear you.
This thing that's going on in this land is not for real. What major revenue this man talking about? There is nothing out there for you guys. Not with this contract. Let me just give you a round figure. They say Guyana getting 1 billion in 2022 with that 2% and that 12.5% out of the 25% after they take out the 75% as cast oil. If you were to do the maths, uncle, if Guyana get 1 billion, the oil company walk away with about $90 billion. US dollar, you know, brother. US dollar I'm talking about. Guyana got $3 billion tax debt since independence to now. We can't pay them. $90 billion. If we get one, then give me 90. At least 90. Do the maths. That's just a rough estimate. So who really getting this oil money there, man? Guyana? Huh? Bernard?
John Hess.
And Jagdev not touching that contract. He telling you, you got to live with a couple $100 million and live with that for quite a while from the oil block that got billions of American dollars worth of oil inside. Oh boy. The previous president, Zuma of South Africa, I told you get catch with millions of US and can't explain how it meet in he house. Me tell you this president, this present one, Ramaphosa get catch with money in his sofa and he say he sell cow. Watch how you, the Guyanese people, are being played while some of them are being paid. You know, it's worse in Guyana, you know. It's not a couple million US like South Africa. Man, yes. This is billions of US dollars people are collecting on behalf of the Guyanese people. Quietly, silently. I remember the Kaieteur and Kanji oil blocks. Well, Robert Prasad said he never meet the people who get him. No, he said he never meet them. He only meet the lawyers who sign on behalf of the people. Yes. He met the lawyers who sign on behalf of the people for our billion-dollar oil blocks. And tell us, when asked, he can't remember the lawyer's name or which office they come out of. Man, are you for real, man? Guyana, are you still for real? Eh? Robert Prasad was the minister of natural resource at the time. Had to sign off the oil blocks. And he never meet the people who own them. But you can see now we knocking glass with who the oil blocks owner landing. And when you ask Donald Ramotar, well, he say he acting on the advice of Robert and the GGMC. Auntie Doris in Essequibo, and all of you who are praying for me. It will be ungrateful of me. Yes, if I don't say thank you. Thank you, Auntie Doris. Just for you to know that the Supreme Being have my back in which no man can harm me. I'm just telling you all that. And I'm not telling you not to stop praying. I'm saying continue praying. And let's go back to John Hess. 30% partnership with ExxonMobil out there. I love this guy. If he wasn't around, you would have never heard all these things I am saying here tonight. As for ExxonMobil, them to talk to the shareholders in true financial statements, the money statements. They hardly make pronouncements. Yes. And China, with Sinnock, the other partner will sit with them out there. Well, you know them. Them mouth tighter than them be. Yes, the belly I'm talking about. You ever hear any Chinese company say anything? They just quietly sneak in. Or sneak up on you. Do what they have to do. Raid down to your children piggy bank if they get a chance. And gone without saying a single word. That's the Chinese. There they are a partner with ExxonMobil. Is Exxon, Sinnock and Hess. They trade them. Mr. John Hess, uncle, went on further to say, he and his partners feel fortunate to be leading the production at the Stabroek Block since the discoveries offer a sweet combination of low-cost barrels that are inextricable tied to a production sharing agreement that allows for fast recovery of expenses. Man, oh boy. Fancy word, man. Inextricable, tied to a production sharing agreement that allows for fast recovery of expenses. Bernard, you understand what the man saying there? The man is saying there that the contract Trotman signed,
75%.
in which Jagdev and Ali don't want to touch, is so sweet that the money will flow like honey in your pockets, in their pockets, with the amount of oil they keep finding. And how cheap it is to bring up. That's what the man means with all the fancy language there. The contract is so sweet that John Hess said, the little money them invest, them can get it back tomorrow. And from tomorrow till the oil done is only profit for them. That's what the man said there just now, in those fancy language.
Not only there.
You still telling me nobody ain't get paid here, man? Eh? That this country hasn't been sell out? You can't tell me that, uncle. You could never tell me that, auntie. All that I have just said was in yesterday's Kaieteur News lead story, uncle. Let somebody pull it up and read it back for you. I just break it down so you can understand it simply. The PNC had a press conference yesterday. And instead Norton talk about that. That story, I mean. Norton telling Guyana about a little $10 million contract given to somebody at Denham still on the west coast of Demerara. Could you believe this thing, man? Honestly, I get so upset that I told the reporter not to write that story. These morons hold press conference to talk about a couple Guyana contract and not talking about a contract that will leave generations to come without clean drinking water, electricity, or clean air to breathe, man. Really? Really? These are your leaders? One talking about Bora and Baji. The other one saying you got to live within your means for quite a while into the future. And a few pennies from your $1 trillion oil sector. And the opposition talking about a $2 Guyana contract, man. Guyana for real, buddy? Huh? Bernardo, you want me to say more here tonight, man?
Public is sick already.
John Hess went on to say, the Liza 1 and 2 are currently running at full speed, giving them more than 360,000 barrels per day. Payara, the third one, what Jagdev approved, is on track to start pumping another 220,000 barrels a day. And the fourth one, Yellowtail, by 2025 will be pumping 250,000 barrels a day, a total of 800,000 barrels by 2025. Then he tell the audience, before he hear this one, man, he tell the audience, he repeat it again, by 2025, Jagdev will give him the fifth project. And by 2026, they will be producing another 250,000 barrels a day. That will be in excess of 1 million barrels per day. Bernard, $100 per barrel is 100 million US per day will be coming out of Guyana.
Yes. 2%.
100 million per day will be coming out of Guyana by 2026. Will still be drinking stink water and living in blackouts. Yes.
I'm waiting for him.
Yes. And your children going to school, fainting out of hunger. Man, there is so much John Hess said at that forum. Uncle, I will take several more, it will take several more programs to tell you guys a little bit of there, man. You hear me? I can't done, you can't done talk. All of them boasting. Them dribble with we on we wealth. Guyana oil, their hand, and Guyana oil is hell for we. Gosh, man. Oh, Bernard, let me sip some of this tea. Thanks, Joshua. Tell Miss Mortley thanks. Wow. Wow. Today, President Ali and Jagdeo had a signing ceremony on carbon credits and invited the press. Carbon credits is where other countries pay you to keep your forests intact. And when I say pay you, they give you a little chump change to keep your forests intact so that the world can breathe fresh air. You hear me, man? So that the world can breathe fresh air. Guess who buying the carbon credits from us? The same John Hess was talking there just now. Same John Hess, along with ExxonMobil, you hear me? What flare out there? You hear me? What flaring out there, polluting the atmosphere. Oh God. Them buying we credit, giving us a little chump change
Of our own money.
for we credit.
Of our own money.
Huh?
Of our own money.
These chaps fetching out billions in US dollar out of our oil, and they now come holding meeting with President Ali and Jagdeo to give us a few pennies from what they are thieving from us to save our forests so they can breathe fresh air. Hey, this is the sweetest thing going on in this country, bro.
I was listening to it coming in.
You got to love this country, uncle. You got to love these intellectuals, these smart, yes, leaders you have here, man. And President Ali telling the nation how this is a historical agreement. You hear that, brother? You hear that?
I was listening to
The signing today is a historical agreement.
I was listening to it.
Getting couple penny from what a man thieving from you billions is a historical agreement. One that will benefit the country and its people, especially the Amerindians, he said. If this is not I-pass to this country, I don't know what is. Holding big ceremony, you hear me? To collect 750 million US for the next 10 years. While the oil companies will be collecting more than that in 1 week starting 2025 out of oil. How you like that? That's like basically nothing.
That's good, man.
But they're not holding ceremony to say they will correct that Stabroek Black deal or they will get more out of the fifth project they're going to approve. My gosh. Oh. This is not pass, man. That is something else, brother. That is like a man, Bernard, blocking up your side entrance to pick the mango in your backyard, robbing you blind on the mangoes, and then turn back and give your parents a few dollars to help you fix back the damaged pathway he done broke up. That is what that story resembles. Oh, boy, oh. Uncle, in a nutshell, that is what Jagdeo them sit down with John Hess to accept us carbon credits. John Hess, Exxon, and China, who polluting the atmosphere, the entire world with the constant flaring out there, day and night, now come giving us dribblings, telling us to save the planet by not cutting down we forests. But other countries are selling their timber, making billions. We must keep, we own, and settle for dribblings they throw at us. This is what our smart leaders doing to Guyana. You know, it's like your neighbor cutting down his trees and I sell it and I make money. And give you 2 cents for live, for you keep you trees. You hear me? For let he live, let he breathe freely. You gotta be a smart country, eh?
Because you're a 2-cent country.
Huh? You keep you trees. You can't sell you trees to make billions and live a good life. You must take your 2 cents, what can barely buy tomato or pay a pension package or buy Pampers, and you must save you trees for he breed and he'll live a healthy life. If this is not foolishness and slavery all over again, I don't know what is, brother. And when the ceremony was over today, President Ali ran away. Yes. John Hess and Vikram Bharat disappeared. And when Jagdev the king was confronted on the issue of the secret gold contracts, he promised the nation, he promised the nation on 3 separate occasions. Guess what he do, Bernard? He tell my reporter she must ask Vikram Bharat about it.
That man is cruel.
That is the man the has run and throw my Allah around his neck.
That's cruel.
Playing games with your wealth. Baba weaving, hiding and ducking, running all over the place. And when you do catch him up, yes, he's sending the reporters from one concrete post to another one. He's sending them to Vikram Bharat. And by the time he finished speaking, Vikram Bharat disappeared. The reporter says she tried calling him and he refused to answer. Let's see how long more they will run from this issue. Let's see how long more they will run from this issue. They are not releasing no contract. The contract for selling the oil, he ain't release it. The Payara, the Yellowtail, and all the review contracts, he ain't release it yet. I think they went to Parliament to ask for release the contract on the review, on the audit. It didn't finish yet. Should I say more, man? No, I don't think so. No, man. But before I go, Uncle, before I take your calls, I want to share with you guys something a friend sent me today. The 12 laws of karma that will change your life. The 12 laws. The first law says, whatever energy and thoughts you put out in this world, you get back. Be it good or be it bad. That's a great law for the politicians, Danny. What do you say? The law of creation says, life won't just happen to you. You need to take action and make things happen. Rather than wait for everything to magically work out for you. Let me repeat that one, man. Life won't just happen to you. You need to take action and make things happen, rather than wait for everything to magically work out for you. That one is for all of you, Uncle. Let it be a wake-up call. Wake up. You think it'll magically happen? Here the next one. The law of humility says, being humble enough to accept and understand that your current situation is a result of your past actions. That one is for y'all too. Y'all didn't do anything when Trackman signed that no-sided contract. So we're living with that result today. But like I said in my last program, all is not lost. We can correct our current situation by calling on Jagdeo to take stock and make that changes. Here the next law. It says, control yourself, not others, and focus on your personal growth as real changes starts with you. I love that one.
Yeah, that's nice.
Real changes start with you.
Man in the mirror.
The law of responsibility says, whatever happens in your life, it happens because of you, and you need to own it. You are the choices you make. The life you're living are the choice you made, uncle. Sit down quiet. Continue sit down. The law of connection says your past, present, and future, everything is connected. Your past actions determine who you are today, and your present will decide who you will be tomorrow. I love this one too. Sleep. Are you going to wake up a pauper tomorrow? The law of focus says, focus on one thing at a time. And as long as your focus is on spiritual values, you wouldn't have any greedy and negative thoughts. This one was really meant for most of these politicians we have. How ungodly and greedy they are. The law of giving and hospitality says, give to the things you believe in from your heart. Understand and acknowledge that your actions are a reflection of your beliefs. This one is for ExxonMobil, Hess and Sinnock. Yeah, man, the oil companies. The 2 cents they give us is the reflection of who they are from within. The law of here and now says, living in the present moment is the only way to be truly happy. Holding on to the past and obsessing about the future will only make you unhappy. I know some of y'all saying this one is for Glenn. Yes, it is. I'll take that one. I just can't help it. I have to be obsessed with my future and that of your future. I just have to. I can't help it, man. I sleep it, wake it, eat it, taste it, live it, dream it. Yeah, that's just who Glenn is. The law of change says, history keeps on repeating itself unless you learn from your lessons and change your life. If you notice dramatic changes, it means you're growing. This one is a Jagdeo, Ali Norton, and Ramjatan. We are witnessing a dramatic change in growth. What you say, guys? Yeah?
For who?
What? Yeah, that way.
For who?
For got to school more hungry. That's a growth way to sing. That's why I said I want for them. You want me to read it back? Let me read it back, man. The law of changes says, history keeps on repeating itself unless you learn your lessons and change your life. If you notice dramatic changes, it means you're growing. Yes. Anybody seeing any dramatic change in this land? Huh? You know where the US dollar there? 215, 216 and now. Huh? The law of patience and reward says, success requires patience, consistent hard work, and the self-assurance that you will get the rewards for your efforts. This one is for all of you listening here, man. You will get your rewards for your efforts, uncle and auntie. Continue sleeping. Big rewards are waiting on you when you wake up. And the final law says, yes, about significance and inspiration. It says, be it big or small, every contribution you make influences your country. Let me repeat that, man. Significance and inspiration. It says, be it big or small, every contribution you make influences your country. Your positive actions will bring more positivity into your life and your children's lives. This one is for all Guyanese, big or small. Your positive action by sending those pictures to change the oil contract, yes, is your contribution for your children's future. The pictures I'm talking about is your family. Send them so I can publish them in the newspapers. So we can send a message to the government of the day, the politicians of the day, and the oil companies. And let the world see that we are all on one page fighting for a better deal. With that I say, God bless Guyana and God bless all of you. May you have a peaceful and blessed weekend.